The Story of the Benevolent Doctor, a short story based on true events by Vahid Sajjadifar.
In the heart of the dry and barren plains of Sistan and Balochistan, there is a small village named Sefako. The people living in this village are poor and deprived, children with eyes full of hope and elders who recount the tales of the past with sighs and regret. Among them, a passionate doctor named Dr. Ahmed traverses the dusty and uneven paths daily to reach this village. He wholeheartedly, without expecting anything in return, has become the healer of the physical and emotional pains of these people. Dr. Ahmed had dreamed of becoming a doctor and helping those in need since he was a child. He studied at the best universities in the country, and could have worked in big cities and reputable hospitals, but his heart always beat for the underprivileged villages and the impoverished people, who have been forgotten on the fringes of society. Every morning, before the sun rises, Dr. Ahmed picks up his medical supplies and heads towards Sefako. The villagers see him as a savior. Children run towards him with sweet, loving smiles, and the elders, with shaky but warm hands, thank him. With skilled hands and a kind heart, he attends to his patients. It doesn't matter to him whether the patient in front of him is a child or an elder, a woman or a man. He only thinks about how he can alleviate their pains and bring a smile back to their weary and suffering faces. But every night, when he returns home and lays his head on his pillow, bitter thoughts filled with anger and sorrow come to him. He asks himself why these people must live in such harsh and miserable conditions. Who is responsible for the misery and poverty of these noble people? Each time, he arrives at the same answer: the treacherous officials of the country. Dr. Ahmed knows well that these noble and innocent people are victims of the widespread injustices and corruption that have gripped the country for years. He sees how the rich and abundant resources of this land are plundered by a select few, while ordinary people are drowning in poverty and hardship. Despite all this sadness and despair, Dr. Ahmed never loses hope. He knows that the only way to change this situation is to continue fighting and helping these people. He has vowed to stay with the people of Sefako and other underprivileged villages until his last breath, and do everything in his power to improve their condition. Days passed quickly, and Dr. Ahmed went to Sefako every day with the same motivation and commitment. The villagers regarded him not only as a doctor, but as a member of their family. He had found a second home in this village, where he deeply felt the pain and suffering of its people, and with every smile he brought to his patients, he lightened the weight of their sorrows a bit. One of Dr. Ahmed's patients was a young girl named Azar. Azar, with eyes full of mystery and a kind smile, captivated anyone who looked at her. She had suffered from a rare and chronic disease since childhood, which made it difficult for her to move easily. Yet, she never complained, and always viewed life with a strong spirit and hope. After his first meeting with Azar, Dr. Ahmed realized that not only her body needed treatment, but her soul was also tormented by unknown pains. He decided to help Azar more than ever, and find a way to improve her condition. Every day, after treating other patients, he spent time talking with Azar. He tried to give her motivation and hope by listening to her stories and dreams. Azar told Dr. Ahmed that she dreamed of seeing the sea someday, a place she had never been to and only visited in her dreams. Hearing this, Dr. Ahmed decided to make this dream come true for Azar no matter what. With tremendous effort and by rallying charitable support, he managed to arrange a short trip to the coast for Azar and her family. On the day they were to go to the coast, Azar woke up with great excitement and joy. Dr. Ahmed and Azar's family set out on the journey together. When they reached the coast, Azar's eyes filled with tears as she saw the endless horizon of the sea. For the first time, she felt the gentle sea breeze on her face, and heard the soothing sound of the waves. Dr. Ahmed stood beside her, smiling warmly. That day became an unforgettable and beautiful memory for both Azar and Dr. Ahmed. As time passed, Dr. Ahmed realized that the trip to the sea had a profound effect on Azar's spirit, and she became stronger and more determined to fight her illness. This experience also taught Dr. Ahmed that sometimes, physical treatment alone is not enough, and it is essential to attend to the soul and heart of individuals. Returning to Sefako, Dr. Ahmed continued his work with renewed energy and motivation. He knew that with each step he took and every smile he brought to the weary faces, he was getting closer to his ideals. He continued helping his people wholeheartedly, and with each passing day, he kindled more hope in the hearts of the people of Sefako. Over time, Dr. Ahmed became a steadfast pillar for the village of Sefaku. He not only treated the patients but also made efforts to educate the villagers about health and hygiene. Alongside every treatment, he shared tips about nutrition, cleanliness, and healthcare. The people listened attentively and followed his advice because they saw him not just as a doctor, but as a caring friend and a kind guide. One day, Dr. Ahmed received worrying news. A severe contagious disease had broken out in a neighboring village. He immediately decided to go there and help the people. He gathered his medical supplies and, along with a few young volunteers from Sefaku, set out for the village. When they arrived at the neighboring village, the situation was dire. The disease was spreading rapidly, and many people were in critical condition. Dr. Ahmed and his team began working with all their might. He assured the people that with solidarity and effort, they could overcome the crisis. Dr. Ahmed worked tirelessly day and night, disregarding fatigue and sleep. With his skill and knowledge, he saved many lives and managed to control the disease. During this period, he witnessed the support and solidarity of the young people from Sefaku and the villagers, which gave him even more motivation to continue his work. After controlling the crisis, Dr. Ahmed returned to Sefaku. He was now more popular and respected than ever. However, this time, there was something more than gratitude and admiration in the people's eyes, a deep respect and endless love. One morning, as Dr. Ahmed was preparing to go to the clinic, he received a letter. The letter was from an international medical organization. It invited him to work as a specialist doctor in one of the world's largest hospitals. This offer was an opportunity any doctor would dream of. But Dr. Ahmed began to ponder. He remembered the days spent with the people of Sefaku, the smiles of the children, the prayers of the elders, and the tireless efforts he had made to improve the village's conditions. He knew that his place was here, among the people who needed him, and regarded him as a family member. Dr. Ahmed made his decision. He respectfully set the letter aside and continued on his path with a heart full of peace and determination. He promised the people of Sefaku that as long as they needed him, he would stay by their side and strive to improve their lives. As time went on, Sefaku became a successful example of solidarity and progress. The once small and poor village reached a point where its name became a symbol of hope and effort in the country. Dr. Ahmed continued to serve the people, planting seeds of hope and love in the hearts of everyone he met. And thus, Dr. Ahmed became a man whose name would forever remain in the hearts and minds of the people of Sefaku, a man who, with love and humanity, changed his small world and showed that anyone, with a heart full of love and a strong will, can work miracles in the lives of others.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.